Alright, man, we're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom. Alright? I'd like to start off by saying double honors to the apostles of GMS. Alright? Honors you brothers will be pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, man. You can see it, man. It's nice right here, and so these people's gonna come out, man. And you know what? Word's still gonna go out. And some people gonna get cursed out. Some people might find the truth, man. Right, but the scripture says, man, whether they will forbear, right, whether they're gonna hear, whether they're gonna forbear, man, still this word's gonna come out, man. All right, still the mysteries of the Most High, right, as imparted within the spirits that He picked forth from the foundations of the earth. That word's gonna come out, man. Right, you see, you got a lot of guys out here, man. All right, that are pretenders, man. Alright, but see, when that fire, when the Most High put that fire within you to push this word, man, and you don't listen to it, guess what, man? It's going to require all the blood of the people, right? Namely the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, right? The real Israelites, right? He's going to require all of their blood that would have been, that's on your hands, man. Because you didn't push this word, man. Where's shit? Alright, you got guys out here, alright, that don't teach the full doctrine of the truth, man. All right, as if to say you haven't got the elders out there teaching the fullness of the fullness of the truth that the Most High set forth, man. Right, but guess what, man? All of those people out there, right? They're gonna get destroyed, and that's why I'm feeling, touch on certain points on that. For the most part, I'm gonna go with the spirit in that. All right, right. But what you're gonna find out is a lot of there's gonna be great miseries that are gonna come upon the earth, man. Right, great miseries is going before the people that you see walking about like it's a good old day. But guess what? You're at the precipice of war with Russia, right? But it's a good old day. We're gonna come out. We're gonna do some shopping, man. All right, we're gonna have a family day, man. Right? But what does the scripture say, man? That doesn't take up its cost. What's it cost, man? Right? The fact that you're gonna put off the emotions of the world. Right, the things that are off the world, having a Saturday, right, so to speak, having fun and so on and so forth. Like you see these people out here, man. All right, all of that's all the stuff of the world, man. Right, does not the scripture say if he that loveth mother or father and children and all of that more than me, right? He is not worthy of me. Something to that effect. Right, and that's what's going to happen to a lot of guys. And IUIC is going to be a main one because they're like the Christianized version of the real Israelites, man. That's what they are, man. All right, right. They don't give you the 100, man. They don't give you the full strength alcohol so you can understand, man. They don't give you the full strength wine, the real wine, the only wine you're supposed to be drinking, which is this truth, man. The wisdom, man. All right, Ezra said it, man. When he got this wisdom, man, he devoured it, man. He ate that shit up, man. All right. So there's gonna be bits that you don't like, but guess what, man? You still gotta eat the whole doctrine up, man. You still gotta eat the whole thing up, man. You gotta eat the whole roll, man. Right? I think it was Jeremiah said it best. He said it best, man. When it came into my mouth, it was sweet as honey, man. But when it hit the stomach, man, it turned his bowel. He made him sick, man. It was as bitterness, man. Why? Because there's bitterness that comes about with this thing, man. All right. There's bitterness that comes about with this truth, man. But that's why the scripture says when you come forth, right, to serve the Most High, right, prepare thy soul for temptation, man. Right? Matter of fact, let me start off with this scripture. This is going to be in the book of Ecclesiastes, right? Right, this is Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter and the 7th verse. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. And that touches on 2 points, man. All right? That touches on 2 points. That touches on 2 factors. The fact that when you come into this wisdom, man, you're gonna be oppressed, man. You're gonna find out you're in oppression. You're gonna find out you're in the worst kind of slavery that you've ever been before, man. See, you added to where the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans served all kind of captivity, but they still, they didn't know who they was. All right, but they still had some kind of inkling, right, as to what they're supposed to, as to what kind of state they was in, man. But now you got Jakes out here that think that they're so-called free and so on and so forth, and they're emancipated and all that. Don't you know that you just been transferred down? You're your corporate asset. Don't you know that, man? All right. See, there's only 2 kind of people that you got out here in this world, man. You got the elite banking families, right, the Rothschilds and all of them, right, and you got your regular people, man, your regular slaves, man, your workers, man. Right, see, the elites, they work in trillions. You regular people, you think you're on some money because you're on a couple of 100K. You ain't on nothing, man. You ain't on a level, man. right? And quickly you're gonna find out, right? When they break down your monetary system, right? And there's all kind of chaos. You're gonna find out you was a peon, man. You're gonna find out, right, that you were set up you were set up, right, by way of the elites, all right, to balance the scales, to make it look like the Israelites, the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans were in a fair system. That's what you're gonna find out, man. Right, and that's gonna bug a lot of you Edomites out, man. And that's why when the first financial crisis happened in 2008, you had a lot of Edomites, jumping out of windows and all of that, man. Right, and the same thing's gonna happen today, because they say, man, this financial system ain't gonna make it out of 2015. All right, you go Greece, right? That's pretty much their currencies. They're out of the window, man. They're out of the picture, right? So whatever decision Greece makes, right, the Italians are gonna follow the same decision. The Spanish are gonna follow the same decision, and what's most likely is that they're gonna go down and they're gonna be down with them Russians, man. Right, because the Russian economy is based off of oil, man. They got a lot of oil exports, so their economy is somewhat balanced. Okay, but see, it's all the same monetary system that you got within America, so it's all gonna come to naught. And guess what? You're gonna have to establish. They're gonna establish their global currency, man. Right, by way of implementing the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, which is spoken of in the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 6th verse. I don't give a damn what anybody tells you, right? You're gonna get an RFID chip, which is the same RFID chip that's in your Barclays bank card. And that ID chip is gonna allow you to buy and sell. Now you're gonna turn around and tell me that's not the mark of the beast? Come on, man. All right, but hey, that's why the scripture also says, man, right, he that hath an ear, let him hear. Right, because it's not going to be meant for. It wasn't meant for everybody to understand it. That's why he spoke to the disciples and the people that are around him in parables. Because see, the Messiah had already set it up to where the men. It was simple, right, for the men that were selected from the foundations of the earth to understand this truth. Man, it's going to be simple, man. Right, the laws, right, the understanding of the scriptures, that comes as a simplicity, right. But see, for someone that's wicked, man, right, for someone that's wicked. Right, the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter tells you that, man, something to the effect of an unrighteous heart, right, ain't gonna get the understanding of the truth, man. And it makes sense, man. And that's why Esau will never get it. That's why you can never say Cornelius is an Edomite, because how if Cornelius is an Edomite, how did he understand the truth, man? So guess what? He had to be a Jake. All right? It says, Ecclesiasticus, the 7th chapter and the 7th verse, it says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart. Alright? So you got a lot of Jake, right, that be getting, so-called gifts, right, from their masters and all of that, man. Alright? Excuse me. Right? That be getting so-called gifts from their masters and all of that, man. Alright? Their whole mind is destroyed. Why? Because they believe in this system, man. They believe in this society. All right? But guess what, man? Ultimately, this society is going to be destroyed, man. Ultimately, this whole system is going to come down to naught, man. All right? And that's a damn beautiful thing, man. All right? Now, let me jump to some of the precepts that I prepared during the week. All right?
Yeah, and as they came around the corner.
You know what? I'm going straight to the point, man. Right? It's going to be in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter. Right, the book of 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, and I'm gonna jump around the whole verse because the whole thing is good, right? So, mate, you believe in the scriptures, man? Oh, good, man, good. All right, right. This is gonna be the book of 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, right? And like I said, I'm gonna jump around and that, man. All right, but there's good bits in there, but I don't want to get into all of it, man. All right. This is the first bit. This is 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, on the first verse. It says, And he answered me, saying, the Most High has made this world for many, but the world to come for few. Right? So you got it. Hey, and that brings about to mind the scripture where it talks about follow not a multitude to do wickedness, man. You see all kind of people doing all kind of wickedness, man. Right? All kind of wickedness in society, man. Right? They don't uphold the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. The morale of the people is at an all-time low. All right? And what's that perpetuated by? That's perpetuated by that low land, which is known as America, man. Right? That's why it's known as the Valley of the Shadow of Death, because wherever they go, right, they perpetuate death, man. Their whole principle, their whole thing is to bring about death, man. See, you got three systems in play, right, working and spearheading, the Roman Empire, which is just the same, which is the Romans coming back now. When you read the Book of Daniel's, right, I believe it's about the 11th chapter or 7th chapter, something to that effect. This precept slips me at a minute, but it's talking about the Nebu dreams or two dreams, right, that Daniel broke down, man. All right. Right, and what I'm thinking, what I'm speaking on now, is when the Romans, when they received the deadly wound, like it says in the Book of Revelations, man, and they was gonna come back, right? And that's what you have right now. You got the Roman Empire all over again, man. That's why your government, your whole governing system comes from the ancient Romans, right? Your monetary system comes from the ancient Romans, right? And as the ancient Romans, you're gonna be you're gonna be destroyed, man. All right. What's funny, man? Do you believe in the scriptures?
I'm not laughing. I'm smiling because I'm happy with the nice weather.
All right, okay. Because I thought, as you walk past and I made certain statements, you might want to back up because you're in my space. If you wouldn't mind just backing off just a step there,
sure.
That's cool. All right. Do you believe in the scriptures?
Which scripture is it?
The Bible. Do you believe in the Bible?
I believe very much in what the core meaning of.
All right, see, now you made a straightforward question, right? A difficult question. It was a simple question, right? Do you believe that there is maths in the world? Yes, there's maths in the world. The same statement was applied to you. Do you believe in the scriptures? You went about that in a roundabout way. Do you believe in the scriptures?
I'm not an expert on the scriptures.
I know, I never said, are you an expert on the scriptures? Because clearly you're not an expert on the scriptures, because you would know what the scriptures say. Let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. So I'm going to ask you again, do you believe in the scriptures?
I can't say I believe in something I don't know enough about. I would be telling a lie.
Well, does not the scriptures speak about faith? And that's how the Most High was going to open out your mind to certain things? You can't just...
Which scripture is it? Tell me now.
Right, so this is... So obviously you're not keen on the scriptures, right? So let's talk about something that you're going to be keen about. Do you know what's going to happen to this society pretty soon?
Well, I'm afraid we're following too much of the bad influence from America.
You're following? Good. So you know, right? You know within the scriptures that America is known as Babylon?
No, I didn't know.
You didn't know that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know much about technically what's actually in the scriptures.
Right, and America, in accordance to the scriptures, is going to be destroyed.
I don't know.
That's... Whoa. Don't sound surprised, man. Right? See, what you're supposed to be saying, wait, hold on a minute. That doesn't sit right with me. Prove it to me. And then I'll bring you forth the scriptures. Revelations, the 18th chapter, Isaiah, the 47th chapter, and so on and so forth. It all said it. Do you want it in the scriptures? Do you want to see it? The destruction of America within the scriptures? Right? Because it's prevalent.
I would like to see...
Right?
I would like to see the rehabilitation of the genuinely good values of a new society such as America.
Well, see, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. The scripture expressly says America is going to be destroyed by way of Russia. Right? That's why they're at the helm of going to war with the Russians.
Wow.
Right? But see, what you're gonna know is those are the same people. They're known as the biblical Edomites. Do you know who the Edomites were in the scriptures? Do you know about the Israelites?
I've heard that, but I don't know much about
Do you know about the Israelites?
Not really. Do
you know who the Jews are? Who do you think the Jews are?
Well, the Jews are the people from that path.
Yeah, but who do you think the Jews are today?
Today? Well, I imagine that they're the people who follow Judaism.
No, that's incorrect. I never said who is Jewish. I never said to pertain to be a Jew. I said who is Jew. Who is a Jew? If I say, are you an African?
Me?
Yeah, are you an African?
I'm a Scotsman.
You're a Scotsman. Okay. Do you know who the real Scottish people were? The original Scottish people were.
Well, they're a mixture.
Do you know what the word Scottish means?
From well, they were originally the Picts. There's a lot of people what
right. It's a Hebrew word. Right. It's a Hebrew word. Right. Which is Shakor Wathayesh. Right. That's where Scottish comes from. Shakor Wathayesh. Right. Meaning black man.
Ah.
Right. Right. Going back into the 1400s. Guess who was in power? You see these nice buildings that you see out here? Who do you think built them?
These ones here.
Who do you think built them? Who do you think constructed all of these nice buildings that you see around you here? These sort of 1400s coming into the 1500s era. Who do you think built them?
The masons, the stonemasons.
The stonemasons. Yeah, so you're playing semantics now. Who are those stonemasons?
I'm not playing any.
Right, okay, so you're a Scotsman, right? You're a Scotsman. I'm going to tell you a little bit about your history, right? During the 1400s and prior to that, it was known as the Dark Ages, right? Now, it was known as the Dark Ages because the dark people were in rulership, right? Now, when the Romans, which are the people that you see out here today, right? The so-called white people, the Romans, which are known within the scriptures as the biblical Edomites, whose inheritance is to be destroyed, thus saith the book of Malachi, the 1st chapter on the 4th verse, right? They shall be known as the border of wickedness, because wherever they go, they perpetuate wickedness. That's why you rightfully, when you came, you said, we are following in the way of America, right? Which is the way of wickedness. Did you not say that? Roughly paraphrasing. Roughly paraphrased. All right. So what we're in right now is ancient Rome coming back again. All right. That's why they know. That's why they called it the Renaissance, the rebirth. I'm sure you know what the word Renaissance means. It means the rebirth. The rebirth of what? The ancient Roman Empire. That's why you have a governing system, right, based off of Roman principles. You have a monetary system based off of Roman principles. Right now, what happened to the monetary system? The denarius. Right, during the time of the Romans, what happened to that?
I don't know.
Right, they devalued their currency. Right, which is exactly the same thing you're doing now. You call it quantitative easing. Right? Do you want to know what the results of them devaluing their currency was? Right, they crippled their economy. Right? Do you know what's going to happen to this society?
It's going to fall apart.
It's going to fall apart. Right? And do you know what they're going to do after it falls apart?
Hopefully start again.
Who do you think is in power? Who do you think your leaders are?
The leaders are really manipulated by the wealthy business.
That's correct, right? Now, you kind of went deeper than, hey, that's good. It's good you know that. Now, who is the wealthy?
Well, it's the city of the capitalists, the people who own most of the wealth.
Right, you're getting hot, but let's get deeper now, right? The people that own all the wealth, rather more the people that create the wealth that you have. Do you know how your monetary system works? You use money. Do you know how your money works?
Well, roughly, yeah.
You tell me. I'll tell you whether you're correct or incorrect.
Well, I mean...
Do you know how money comes into existence? You have a piece of paper. You got the money, right?
Money.
Right.
This
note, right? This note didn't just come out of the ground. Right?
Sure.
Where did that come from? How did it come into existence?
Well, that's printed and it's backed up
by what?
It's guaranteed. If you look on it, it's guaranteed by the gold bullion reserve.
Right. So it was supposed to. Right. So you're going back to the old monetary system, right? You know that's disannulled. You know that's pretty much done away with, right? Because going back to what a pound usually was, a pound was a measure of gold, right? And that goes to show you who your true leaders are. And that's why I asked you, do you know how your monetary system works? Right? So that kind of correctly you said it, but really kind of incorrectly. Because your pound, right, your notes come into existence by way of what's known as fractional reserve banking. That accounts for 90% of all your money that's in existence. Do you know what fractional reserve banking is?
No, I don't know about that.
Right now, fractional reserve banking, you got £100. You put £100 in the bank. The bank's only liable, right, to reserve a fraction of that. Hence the fractional reserve banking. Right? Do you know how much of that percentage they're liable to withhold to give back to you?
I don't know, no, but
10%.
Yeah, 10%.
At the most.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So you put £100 in the bank. How much is the bank liable to give back to you if everything goes tits up?
£10.
£10. If you're £1,000, £100.
Right.
So all of these people that are walking around with their heads held up high like they got money in the bank, the bank's loaning their money out. by way of fractional reserve banking. So when you've just put your £1,000 in the bank, right? Where's the £900 going?
Where is it?
Where is it going?
It's going to the people in the bank.
No, it's not going to the people in the bank.
Yeah, the bankers.
I've just told you. 90% of the currency that is in existence by way of fractional reserve banking.
Yeah, I see.
That means to say, when you go to the bank and ask for a loan, right? I go to the bank and ask for a loan because I ain't got no money, right? I go for a loan for £900. It's your money they're giving me.
Yeah.
I put it in my bank. My bank's only liable to give how much? To give back how much if everything goes tits out? £90.
Yeah.
Right? They're gonna give £810 away.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. Right? That's where 90% of your existing currency comes up. What does that sound like to you?
Bit of a fiddle, eh?
It is a bit of a fiddle, right? It seems like a perpetual cyclic thing of creating money, but ultimately, what does that do to your currency? It devalues it.
Yeah.
So who gives the power to the currency?
It's
The people give the power to the currency,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What does that make you if you're the true value to the currency? What does that make you?
It
makes you a slave.
That's right. You're part of the currency.
It makes you a slave.
The system.
No, you're a slave.
Yeah.
Right? So if 90% is only liable, furthermore 10%, they're only liable for 10%, and 90% it goes into fractional reserve banking. I just told you we're a slave. Who are you a slave for the 10% that came into existence?
Capitalist system. The capitalist system.
For the elite banking families, which are known as the Rothschilds, the dupe. You know about the elite banking families, right?
Yeah.
Right? Which are so-called Jews. Right, which are going to be destroyed by way of the nuclear missiles. They're going to escape it. They got nuclear bunkers and everything. They're going to escape it, but they're going to be the